Hey guys, welcome back to Get Into It with Jason Hook with me, your host, Jason Hook. Let's get into it. First, I'll show you things, not our music yet. If you watched my video last week, you saw that Dead Friends is a company that does punk, hardcore, metal, weird flyers on mugs. I'm going to post a link to their Instagram and Etsy below. You guys should definitely check these guys out. They'll print mugs too if you have any flyers you want on a mug. And with coupon code Get Into It 10, you can get 10% off. They also put up an American Nightmare mug lately. That is cool. I think people are going to go nuts over. They're going to start doing shirts and some more designs. So, again, check it out. Next, I want to talk about Boston Hassle. My interview with Peace Test is up. I have an interview with Blind Rage Records, which should be up momentarily. It's going to be a regular thing. I have some articles in the can already for the next few weeks. I'm going to try to do once a week with that. But check out Boston Hassle, read my article, read everyone else's. My year-end list should be up soon too. I'm actually almost done with it. And also I want to give a shout out to Lyricized17 Travis, who's been getting into punk and hardcore, checking out stuff I talk about on this channel, which is awesome. It's one of the reasons why I like doing a channel, because I like talking about music. So I'm going to link him too. Go check him out. Give him suggestions of what to check out, where to go, labels, and whatever. Just let him know, help him out. Now let's get into the real important shit here, the music. What we're listening to is Klaxon, 1984. Klaxon were a Italian punk band, actually from Rome. This LP here is a compilation. It's a 7-inch called The Kids Today. One song off a comp track, which I cannot pronounce the name of the comp. Quelle che Urbano Ancora. I know I fucking destroyed that. Sorry, guys. And 7 through 9 are previously unreleased on vinyl. So the tracks 1 through 5, which is a 7-inch, all the songs are in English. The unreleased track and the comp track, they're all in Italian. If you guys watch my channel, you know I'm fucking horrible at translations. So this came out on Sydney Town Records. I got that right. Got the insert here. It's got some, looks like some stage photos here, and then you got some more candids on this side. Definitely, I get a Blitz vibe from this band. A melodic punk. Oi vibe, but not super skinheady, not super melodic, kind of a mix of both. Definitely good shit. I bought this for cheap. I believe it was from Warthog Speak. They had it discounted, marked down. So if you guys see this out in the wild, I think you can get it for not that much. Maybe get it from Sorry State. I don't remember. I know I bought it discounted. It was a blind buy, and I'm stoked I bought it. I dig this kind of stuff. I dig that now we're in an era where bands that were somewhat obscure, which we'll get into later in this episode for sure, are starting to get like full discographies and stuff like that. But that's Klaxon, 1984. I think they had a couple releases after this, which I'm going to check out now because I really dug that a lot. The B-side gets real interesting. The songs, they're in Italian. They definitely follow the Blitz train of like maybe messing with little new wavy sounds. It's like weird harmonies and stuff, but I dig it. Again, Klaxon, 1984. Next, on the opposite side of Klaxon, we have High Command. Beyond the Wall of Desolation. High Command are a thrash crossover metal band from Worcester, Massachusetts. This came out on Southern Lord. I randomly saw these guys. I've seen their names on flyers, but just haven't seen them. At the beginning of the summer, and was blown away. Grabbed a 7-inch by them, which I have over there. And then, so when I saw this came out, I definitely had to grab it. I grabbed this down at Armageddon in Rhode Island. I believe this is cool guy brown vinyl. Yeah, it is. Brown vinyls, the custom center labels here. So what you get in this band, I mean, I don't want to like tell you guys they sound exactly like something, because I know some people can kind of be off with that. But you definitely get like a Slayer-ish riff. Some people say Merciful Fate. Not Merciful Fate. What did I write down? I know I wrote something down. Oh yeah, it is Merciful Fate. Just, you know, Merciful Fate, Slayer-ish, just riffs, straightforward thrash metal, definitely harken back to the 80s, but maybe with a more modern production, not into the new metal, far away from new metal. Just definitely, just straightforward thrash, not pizza party, surfboard, zombie thrash either, just like leather jacket, headbanging thrash, which is fucking sick. I really recommend this record, even if you're a dabbler into metal. I'm more a punk hardcore guy, as you guys know, but I like to listen to metal. I'm getting more into black and death metal, which is a lot. I don't want to talk about it because I sound like a fucking moron. But with High Command, Beyond the Wall of Desolation, definitely a crossover. Dig Cro-Mags, you'll dig this. Dig Slayer, you'll dig this. That kind of stuff. But that's High Command. Check it out. Readily available everywhere, I believe. It's on Southern Lord, so it shouldn't be hard to find. Next, we have another newer release by a band I've talked about before. This is Restraining Order. The World is Too Much. Restraining Order are a hardcore band, a punk hardcore band from Western Mass, I believe, and Connecticut. Anyone in upstate New York? I could be wrong. I'd be mixing you guys up with Maniac. But this came out on Triple B Records not that long ago. It's a cool gatefold here. Got all the lyrics, shout outs here. The Triple B, like, I love how they just keep the uniform labels. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. Green vinyls. Limited, super limited, rare green vinyl. Restraining Order are a hardcore band that definitely, in my opinion, is the best of both worlds. They definitely have a punk tinge to them, which, you know, adds melody to the music, but it's also just, it's just fucking great stuff. There's songs on here that you can sing along to with your friends and songs that you would want to, you know, hit hard to. They just played the American Hardcore Fest this past weekend. I only went to one day. I went to Friday. Saw Mind Force. Being in the dad world, I can't do 3 shows in 2 days anymore. But this is going to make my my year-ender list. The 7-inch made my year-ender list last year. This is a fucking iconic cover art, man. This is really good. Like, this is what hardcore punk is all about. You got the fucking great cover art. You got the collage photos on the back. You got collage photos inside. You got straightforward short songs, moshy songs, sing-along songs. This band is definitely the real fucking deal. If you get a chance to check them out, I know they've been hitting the road to hear it again. I don't know if they're doing a full US, but do not sleep on this. That's Restraining Order. I keep on messing up the name now. The World is Too Much. Buy this, buy everything they put out. Even you guys who are more into like the more punky stuff, you would dig this. It isn't like the moshy, youth crewy hardcore, which I know some people can't stand. It's like literally the perfect mix. But that's Restraining Order, and it's on Triple B, so go buy it. You can find it everywhere. Next, we have a band here. There's a sticker in here that has nothing to do with the band. It has what to do with where I bought it from. This is Brown Sugar. Songs of Birds and Racism. This came out in 2011. This is definitely a bootleg. Then the regular version has a Brown Sugar logo here, and it says Songs of Birds and Racism, right? Sings of Birds and Racism right here. This has like kind of like a pig smoking a cigar here. So I don't know the story behind it. I don't know, you know, if it was just, I think the back is different on the original. But these guys were from upstate New York. You get a lyric sheet here. I dug this too. Hopefully I have my green screenshot. We'll see. Thumbnail. You get a little written piece here too. But Brown Sugar were a really great band that kind of mixed up. There's almost like jazz parts to this. A lot of distortion. It gets real wild sometimes, and it can get kind of melodic in the next minute. A lot of songs about anti-racism, a lot of songs about prejudice. Just a short-lived, I don't want to say short-lived, but like a flash, around in a flash and goes, which hardcore bands do, hardcore punk bands do. They flash white hot, and then disappear. I got this from the Loki label, which they threw this in. So I'll post a Loki label link down below. They're a tape label that has a lot of cool shit. They get records, but they also have a lot of cool like cassette tapes there. They have all these cassette tapes that they distribute about that are all wrestling promos that are sick, that are up there. But anyways, enough about that. But yeah, this is Brown Sugar, Sings of Birds and Racism. Distorted, angry, hardcore punk. There's a saxophone in some parts of the songs. Some experimental parts, garagey parts. I recommend this band. Check this out. Go check it. Go buy it from the Loki label. But again, that's Brown Sugar, Sings of Birds and Racism. And this is a weird version. There's like 3 or 4 different versions of this. This is the I believe it's a bootleg. I'm not sure. If anyone knows, clear it up for me. Next we have from Florida. We have Protocol, Bloodsport. I saw these guys over the summer. Might have been at the end of the summer. They're on tour with a band called Armor, which I believe is I know shares members of Protocol. These guys are out of Tallahassee, Florida. I believe this was originally a tape, and they pressed it onto a one-sided LP. I have the name of the labels that did it. Dynastic Yellow Star label and 11 PM Records. I know 11 PM has the Armor 7-inch on the way. But this is like hardcore punk, D-beat influence, but with like sing-along parts. Really blew me away. I went in to see this band totally in the dark. I didn't bother to look up anything about them. I didn't bother to look up anything about them because I wanted to. I just wanted to check it out on my own. So here's the A side. B side is funny. Side B, 0 RPM. It's a blank side. But yeah, these guys take. It's like a perfect. It's like D-beat mixed with punk, mixed with like Youth Crew sing-alongs. Like the place went fucking nuts when they played. Also grabbed this cool poster for the tour. Protocol Armor, little tour poster, which I'll keep with the record. This record is also going to make my year-ender. I'm giving you 2 sneak peeks into my year-ender here. But that's Protocol, Bloodsport, or a Celebration of Violence, Bloodsport. Check it out. Check this band out. Short, 5 songs. Knock you on your ass, fucking angry, hateful hardcore. That's Protocol from Tallahassee, Florida. I figure if you live in Florida, I don't know, it kind of breeds, I want to say weirdos, but in a good way. I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anyone from Florida. Sorry, guys. Massachusetts breeds assholes in a weird way. But that's part of the wave of Florida. Probably my favorite current Floridian hardcore band. There's a lot coming out, but I recommend this. Next, I have a live record I randomly picked up. This is GBH. Fucked in the OC, live at the Celebrity Theater in 1988. It's numbered 27 out of 300. Live and Loud, punk music for punk people is a label. I think Anarchy Music. I'm not sure who put it out. It's definitely a kind of bootleggy quality, but the sound quality is great on this. So this is 1988, so it's basically the band in their complete and total prime. You get all the classics on here. Check it out: Transylvanian Perfume, Hearing Screams, Gunning for the President, To Understand, 20 Floors Below, Sick Boy. It's got these damn classic fold-over cities I hate. Freaks of Nature, Pass the Axe, City Baby, Attacked by Rats, City Baby's Revenge, When Will It End, Alcohol, and I Feel Alright. It's on red vinyl. If you guys don't, you should know who Charged GBH are. Also came with a cool patch here that will, maybe I'll put Pat Wilding and his wife gave us a little denim jacket as a gift for my son. Maybe I'll sew that on the back. It'll be cool. It's small, it'll fit. Nice little back rocker, middle and the top. Not the full back patch yet, though. We haven't decided what that's going to be. But yeah, Charged GBH are a UK punk band that kind of dabble a little bit on the metal side, but not full-blown crossover. They seem to have an appeal to both sides of it. Still going strong. I saw them a couple years ago. The singer Colin has to be in his 60s, and he plays with he's still got a bright blonde charge and a motorcycle leather jacket zipped all the way up to his throat. It's crazy. He's got to be dying. But this is live, like I said, GBH live in 1988. Great shit. Great band. Punk hardcore kids unite. I know there's spiky hair leather jackets. It might turn newer hardcore kids off. Don't be a dork and check this shit out because it's hard than a lot of hardcore bands. But that's Charged GBH. Charged Grievous Bodily Harm is that what it stands for, which is assault and battery in the UK. Now you know something. Whew. All right, I'm gonna flip the record after this next one. I purchased this at the same place I grabbed this. This is Crude SS. Who Will Survive? This is another Radiation release. I'm not going to pull it out because there's no insert or anything in here. Radiation is a label out of Italy. Rome, Italy, actually. No, I wonder if they ever put any Klaxon stuff out. Anyways, that puts out like these kind of discography collection LPs. I'm not sure if they're legit with the bands, but they've been popping up a lot here in the U.S. the last few years. So what you got on here is you got the first 6 tracks are from the Who Will Survive EP that came out in 85. 7 through 16 is from the 1,000 Dead Cops demo tape, which was self-released in 1982. 17 and 18 are from the Vikings Are Coming compilation on Uproar Records in 1985. Track 19 is an outtake from 84, and track 20 is live from 85. So they just kind of throw a bunch of things from like a little window of time for a band together and put. I know I've shown these before, but Crude SS were a Swedish hardcore punk band, definitely in the spiky hair leather jacket, crusty tinge. Super political, super fucking angry, and super fast. I love this band. They came to play here over the summer, but they had to cancel the Rhode Island show. And I was actually, that was right. Yeah, I think it was Crude SS. We were like almost in Rhode Island. Me and my buddy Jay, who watches. What's up, Jay? I was giving him a ride, and he pulled his phone out and looked on Facebook, and their visa got denied. So we At least we didn't make it all the way down to Rhode Island. Not that it's a fucking far ride, but that would still suck because I was really stoked to see Crude SS. I've never seen them. But this is definitely like a torchbearer band for this sound, for this crusty punk sound. I would say D-beat influenced, punk influenced, hardcore influenced. You hear a lot of newer bands in the band like Crude SS. Most of the songs, all the songs are sung in English. All have a super political tilt to them. Super important band. But that's Crude SS, Who Will Survive. Nice way to get a bunch of stuff on one release. I know you guys like the Spotify and the YouTubes, which I shouldn't bash because I'm on it right now. You know, and the streaming music. But these are cool records to throw in at a party. Or you know, listen to them and tell everyone that you own the originals. But that's Crude SS, Who Will Survive. A little comp LP of different recordings on Radiation. Flip the record. Now on this Klaxon record, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear me over here. On the B side, it's a comp track and unreleased songs. Definitely a little more less punky or Ori influence than the A side. A little more experimental and all sung in Italian. So when you guys hear something that sounds a little different, check it out. Definitely check this band out though. I love finding these old, like I said, we're going to get into a little thing now where the next 4 bands, these are like, 3 of them are super, like, you know, the Radio Raheem releases, so you already know. And the 4th is going to be a discography of a band that just collects everything. And this is the kind of shit I really dig now. I'm really stoked in 2019 to be able to find this kind of stuff. So the first thing I'm going to show here is the Insanity 1985 demo on Radio Raheem. Insanity were a San Francisco thrash crossover band. And this was their demo from 1985, which was like a big tape trading. Big, super well known in the world of tape trading in the 80s, especially in the thrash metal. If you guys have seen the Murder in the Front Row documentary, you'll know how important tape trading is. So again, Radio Raheem killing it again, pulling this out, slapping it on vinyl, making it ready for the masses to get. Standard black vinyl with custom labels, demo 85. Drawing on the B side. And then this comes with, comes with a cool collage of flyers and photos. Comes with a cool collage of flyers and photos. Comes with some art right here, Insanity art. And then it's just got the lyrics, and who played on it. Copyright is 85. Yeah. So it's cool to see something that, you know, at one point was well known within tape traders and kind of, I mean, in my opinion, someone who doesn't know, who isn't super well informed on every single thrash band. Like I had no idea who this band was before I saw it posted to be released on Radio Raheem. A lot of these bands kind of disappear, even in the internet age, you know. So it's nice to get a full, nice, you know, giving a shit of, you know, not bullshit photocopied, legit release for stuff like this. But that's Insanity, the 1985 demo. San Francisco Bay Area thrash that maybe got drowned out with the other, you know, big bands that came out of the area. But definitely check this out. Also, punk hardcore crossover, it's here. Next is the Psychos. I gave it away before I picked it up. It's the Psychos. The Psychos are a New York hardcore band that has a distinction of literally having everyone, like a lot of people who are in other more, I don't want to say better bands because that's bullshit, but bands that are more well known from the era, play, like, you know, like Roger Murray from Agnostic Front played bass in this band. There's dudes from Warzone that were in this band. So I don't think I wrote them all down. It's several well-known New York hardcore bands did a stint in this band, the Psychos. So this is basically, I don't know if it's a full discography, but it's almost everything. That 3 different lineups, songs from 3 different lineups on here, and it's it's fucking New York hardcore. I mean, it's a sound. That's all I can really tell you. It's New York fucking hardcore. But again, Radio Raheem is just outdoing themselves with this stuff here. You got your standard black vinyl. Yeah, that's fucking cool as hell. Center labels are fucking cool. I mean, everything Radio Raheem does, I'll buy. I suggest you do too. There's a book too we'll talk about at a later time. But this comes with a huge booklet here. That's just a collection of, okay, tracks A2 through A11 recorded in 1984 at Dawn Fury. B1 through B6, 85 at Dawn Fury. B7 live at CBGB's. A1, B8, B9 at Dawn Fury. And then it's like all the lineups here. Billy Psycho, Billy Milano was in this band. It just seemed to be a band that everyone did a stint in, which is weird because they played a lot of shows, and it's just, bands just disappear, and it just sucks. And I'm just psyched that a label like Radio Raheem is putting these out and not just shitting out crap copies. They're giving you cool, like, photo collages. Like, the effort put into this is, like, legit effort. This isn't, like, half-assed putting it out to putting it out, you know? Got lyrics here. We got some more photos. More photos. Flyers and photos. See, there's Roger Murray from Agnostic Front right there playing the bass. Little story in here was the Psychos, the revolving band. Okay, I've been following the Psychos for about a year now, and I've yet to see a band go through more personal changes than them. Basically, the info here is probably correct, so read it, absorb it, etc. And it just lists all the bands. Yeah, Crackdown. Dudes went into Crackdown. Dudes filling in for Murphy's Law are playing in the band. Rat was in. It's just they list all these. They just had a crazy amount. They couldn't seem to keep a lineup, which might have been the issue with them not being as active as other, New York hardcore bands at the time. But that's the Psychos. I'm not sure if this is a complete discography. I don't want to tell you it is. It's 20. I think there's 20 songs on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, there's 20 tracks on here. So it's basically almost everything you're going to need to hear. I'm sure there might be more recordings. Someone will unearth them. Maybe a Radio Raheem will do a 7-inch added on bonus for this of new recordings. But that's the Psychos. Jesus Christ, the fucking Psychos. It's like undeniable glory. I'm trying to read backwards. But yeah, definitely check this out. Radio Raheem, buy it. It's a Radio Raheem release, so you got to buy it anyways. Finally, the last Radio Raheem release we have here is this band called Sarcasm. Similar to Insanity, Sarcasm are a kind of metal crossover band from the New York area, which feature members of Nausea, and Maximum Penalty. This is the worst solo I've ever heard in my life here. I'm sorry, this is the worst. I love this record, but this is bad. This is the War Song by Sarcasm. Again, another band that kind of disappeared into the cracks of time from New York. That Radio Raheem has brought back to life. So here you have the flyers and lyrics. I believe it's just black vinyl with the Sarcasm logo. This is a collection of 2 demos, I believe. The quality's demo quality recordings, but it's so fucking, it might not be super surround sound amazing recording, but it so fucking kicks ass and shreds. With the Insanity and Insanity and Sarcasm are more in the same ilk. The Psychos are more straightforward hardcore, but I definitely recommend checking out all 3 of these releases, especially this for you metalheads who just want to seem cool. Not want to seem cool, but get into the older shit and then throw it out at parties. Maybe someone will be like, holy shit, this guy knows who Sarcasm is. Well, everyone should now because it's on Radio Raheem. Readily available. Buy it. Buy all 3 of these. Sarcasm, the Psychos, and Insanity from Radio Raheem. These are the new 3. I believe it came out a month ago. I know I'm a little late to this, but I recommend all 3. I recommend everything Radio Raheem does. Maybe I'll become an official sponsor now. Finally, the last thing I have here is the Siege Double LP discography. It's not going to do it justice because it's got a black cover, but it's got an offset print on it. That looks a little better without the plastic wrap on it. So, what we have on here, Siege is a hardcore, some say power violence, some say grind. I think they're all 3. Band from Weymouth, Massachusetts, South motherfucking Shore. This is the complete everything they've ever recorded discography. So what you got on here is you got the Drop Dead release, you got the Cleanse the Bacteria comp tracks, you got outtakes from the 84 studio session. You have the 1991 Lost session where they had Seth from Anal Cunt actually come in and sing some songs. And then you have a session from 2016 as the D-side. Literally everything they recorded on here. This came out on FOAD Records, which I believe is out of the UK. I got the black vinyl versions because I'm not cool and I slept on it. But it comes with you got a little booklet here. You got the lyrics, like copies of the releases that are on here. You got these photos, which is the greatest thing ever. They played a talent show, I believe in Weymouth. Was it in Weymouth? And they got the plug pulled on them in the middle of their set. But this is absolutely 100% influential, like one of the first bands that experimented with a crazy off the hinge fastcore, like about to explode hardcore. I cannot recommend this band enough, and this is the easy way to get everything in one shot, and you get cool packaging too, which is like, cover art is important, guys. I wish I could do more justice here, but you have the lyrics here, but it's kind of like a off gray on a black that's just not going to show up well with my shitty phone and my lighting in here. It's not professional studio quality. I'm sorry. But you got the here's drop. See, and also the way they did it. So here's Drop Dead. They got the Siege with the Drop Dead logo from the tape. You got the comp tracks with the Skull and Crossbones. You got the ripped sleeve. You got the Lost Session, which came out as a 7-inch on Attack Records, which you should buy that too. Came with a cool patch. And then you got the Grim Reaper, that 2016 recording. And so I believe these guys are no more. They might have 1 or 2 shows left. I could be wrong. They played. They did a little run towards the end of the summer that was Final Siege, and they ended up going over to the Czech Republic and playing at a big fest over there and doing some California dates. So I went to the 2 shows here. There was one that was in a town called Hull, and then the next night they played down in Providence, Rhode Island. So it was a pretty wild time for these Cell Shore legends. But yeah, punk, hardcore, grind, D-beat, it's all here. It's wild. This is another high recommended record for anyone who's trying to dabble in the hardcore or wants to see where maybe the sounds of Napalm Death definitely ripped off Siege. Their influence, big influence. But that's the complete 2 LP discography. I ordered this from Armageddon. I think it's still readily available. There's different color variants. I didn't get one. Perfect. That's everything I have to show you. So again, I have a ton of stuff hoarded here for video. So you're going to see them coming. I'm going to try and do 1 video a week. Being on Dad Patrol is, I love doing it, but I can't shoot a video with a newborn that needs attention and food and diaper changes and all that kind of stuff. So my wife's not home right now, so I got a little reprieve. But they'll be home soon. She's actually texting me right now. I can see it. So thanks for watching. Again, check out Dead Friend Shop. The link will be below. Order a mug. Get a custom mug. 10% off. We'll get into a 10. Order a shirt. Tell a friend. Check out Lyricide 17, Travis, who's been getting into punk. Tell him give him suggestions. And my Boston Hassle articles, columns are up. Comment on them, share them. Let me know who you want to see me interview. Let me know if you think my interview sucks and my videos suck. Whatever. Thanks. Hardcore forever.